Hey, my name's Dan Ferrari. I live on the south shore of Oahu. I've been surfing off and on for quite a long time, but pretty seriously for about 4 years. I've been working with Kahea for about the last 8 months. When we first started working together, my primary goal was basically to just become a more well rounded, complete surfer and move more towards being an advanced surfer from what is basically a pretty low level intermediate stage when we first started working together. In the 8 months that we have been working together, I absolutely have reached that goal. Pretty much everything in the water has improved. I'm more comfortable in larger surf. I'm making larger and more critical waves than I was before. My turns and my cutbacks have really improved. My speed down the line has improved. My backside, which was pretty much non-existent before I started working with Kahea, has really taken off to the point where it's probably equal with my front side. And all of that we've done in about 8 months, where, like I said, I had been surfing pretty seriously for a bit more than 3 years before that. And I've made more progress in the last 8 months than in the total time I was surfing prior to that. I think there's two areas where I've seen far and away the most improvement. The first would be with my turns and my cutbacks. When I first started working with Kahea, they were pretty poor. But Kahea has really hammered in a lot of good technique and fundamentals with me. Everything from hand position to how I'm using my body at different points in the turn to where my feet are on the board. And as a result of all that, for the first time in my surfing career, I'm actually doing cutbacks and getting into parts of the wave and linking things together like I never had before. And then the second place where I've really improved since working with Kaya is just in managing larger crowds. Before we had worked together, if there was a larger aggressive crowd, I was, always on the shoulder or getting kind of jockeyed out of position by the other more experienced surfers. But now, even in some of the most competitive lineups here in Hawaii, if there's a big crowd, Kahea and I are sitting right in the middle of the pack, and I'm getting as many waves as I want. And that's something that I had never experienced before. And it makes it so much better because you know that no matter what the crowd is, you're still going to get your share. And that feels great. Kahea's coaching method is so effective because it's so complete. Um, Anything that you do with Kahea, he's touching on it from every different angle and approach. So in any given session with Kahea, I may skate on dry land using the surf skate, and we'll really hammer in technique and get a lot of repetitions going. Before we get in the water, we'll work on mobility so that I have a better sense of where my body needs to be and I'm better able to get into the positions that are required while we're surfing. Then we're in the water together, and the great thing about that is Kahea is there with me, so he's giving me wave-to-wave feedback, sometimes sitting in the channel telling me what I could improve. Sometimes he's out in the lineup with me telling me how to position myself and how to get into the waves better. And then the whole time we're being videoed. So as soon as we get out of the water, we can come back to Kahea's van where he has the video set up and debrief and look at the videos and really start to look at what's wrong, what went right, and how we can improve going into the next session. And the combination of all of those things has just given me a way to constantly improve, not only when I'm with Kahea, but then when I'm with myself and I can do the drills skating or on dry land, or even going into the water by myself and playing through the things that we debriefed on video. It's really a game changer. I had worked with other coaches here on the island before working with Kahea, and it's like I said, in the 8 months that I've been working with Kahea, I've made more progress than I had in 2 years with a different coach here on island. So it is just a better way to teach surfing. And anyone who wants to level up their surfing would be wise to work with Kahea and use this whole fully integrated, complete method that he uses to help you achieve the next level in your surfing. I would absolutely recommend anyone that's serious about getting better at surfing to contact Kahea and start working with him. The speed at which you can improve is pretty unbelievable. Just from the beginning of one season to the next, I think it's possible to notice just dramatic improvements in your surfing. For me, for example, just over the course of this past summer, I'm a totally different surfer now than I was a couple months ago. And as we look towards going into the winter on the North Shore, I know that by the end of the winter, I'm going to be, another 10 steps ahead of where I am right now, just working with Kahea regularly throughout the winter season. So, if you want to make progress and you want to do it pretty quick so that you can actually look back just a couple of months and notice that you're developing as a surfer and getting better from one week to the next, it's an absolute no-brainer.